Hello. Uh, Welcome to the PC Repair helpful tutorial video. This is for anybody that is using a piece of software. It could be anything from a game server to a MySQL or anything at all that you need to get working. Even though Hamster's PC Repair does not support the use of mod managers in massive multiplayer online games, we also know that they exist out there. So if you're having trouble, running those, this also will help you try to fix it. Even though we don't support it, we also know this will also help those that fix it. This is mostly just so everybody knows how to fix their own issues involving their software or their game. This is very common stuff that you can do to actually fix anything and everything involving why your thing is not working. The first thing is you need to check your firewall. Your firewall settings is a thing here. Um, uh, you know, Firewall will dictate what is allowed to your computer and what is not. If the firewall is being denied through the actual physical uh, computer, then you're not actually letting the piece of software or game server or wherever you're using to try to connect to whatever. It's not allowing access to your computer, and it's not going out either. Firewall dictates a lot of things. The Windows firewall usually pretty good at making the correct rules. However, if you're using a third party firewall, especially like I do because I am a computer guy, then sometimes you have to manually create a rule if it doesn't have auto learning to go and actually physically make a rule that will work for your needs. Now, with that being said, though, um, the, you gotta consider all factors of your computer, whether it's a firewall or antivirus or whatever. Got to consider it all. Which brings me to number two: antivirus. And the reason why antivirus is number two is because in a case of a lot of software, antivirus could literally call your software or game server files or whatever the case may be potentially unwanted software or malware or whatever the case may be. A lot of people say that you need to disable your antivirus to allow it to work. As a computer company, I can tell you that is false. If you that is the quick, easiest way to do so, yes. But by doing so, you are leaving your device open for further problems. You are basically leaving your computer vulnerable by doing so. So, as a computer company who specializes in computer repair and maintenance, it is highly recommended not to do this. It is recommended, however, to go into the antivirus, whether it's Windows Defender or whatever third-party antivirus you use, and make an exception. You can usually, if the antivirus has picked up any sort of files, it'll be in the vault of quarantined. So it's best to go into your quarantine area and actually exclude all the files that needed for that particular software, whatever that software is. This will actually help make sure that the software itself is completely 100% working correctly and no longer will be scanned by the antivirus. It's between the firewall and the antivirus is the two main huge reasons why things won't work. There is a third main reason, which we're actually coming to. Port forwarding. Port forwarding is a very common problem that most things have that most people don't realize they need to do. It could be as simple as, like I said, a non-approved hack software like a mod menu that just we don't support, but have to mention because we know they exist. To just flat out 100% game servers. If you're hosting a game server on any one of your devices, you need to port forward the specific ports. You can usually find these ports given to you by wherever you're actually getting the software from or the game server from. They will usually tell you what ports you need to actually open and actually allow through your router. If you do not do this, then you simply can't actually make things work. There is a way to actually bypass the whole router port forwarding because we are brainwashed to believe that we need to port forward everything through the router. But as a computer company, there is a video I did yesterday from the time of this particular video, and it literally details what in an hour-long video of some stuff that I go on, especially what is said in here. But it's much more detailed, and it shows you step-by-step verification that what I said is in fact true. So go if you want to know more about how to allow ports but not have to use your routers, so you can actually have the same port used per different devices because each device has its own public IP. So why do you have to reserve an IP on your router to allow a port that you can only use on one device? It makes no sense, but that's what we're brainwashed to believe. So port forwarding, if you want it the simple way, do it through the router. If you want to do it the more advanced power user way, go watch that 1 hour video that I made from the time of this video, and you'll see how you can have, say, port 47 on this device. So you have 5 devices on the same network. You now can have 5 devices using port 47 because you'll have 5 different public IPs. Router doesn't need the port forwarding when you allow it on the device itself, because the router will be able to tell what device it is which based on the public IP and the MAC address. So that is a power user feature. Don't worry about it if that is not you, but if you want to know, go watch that video. For those that actually want to just make it easy without the hassle of doing that or knowing that information, or spending an hour watching a video giving detailed information on several different things, then just do it the simple way. Reserve the IP on your router, make the port, you're good to go. But always make sure that you do those 3 things. You got to make sure that you do the firewall, you do the antivirus, and you got to do the port forwarding, no matter the software. Without those 3 things, things will not work correctly. In a case of a server, it will crash and not start. In a case of mod menus, even though we don't support it here at Hamster's PC Repair, it can and will make the mod menu crash. Port forwarding causes a lot of issues, and if it's not done correctly, it can cause so. But also missing files in the server or said software also can do so if the antivirus has picked up any files and put it in quarantine. So this is where you got to look at all 3 sections, and you got to coordinate it all to make it all work. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this little helpful tutorial on how to help you fix any software you could possibly need on your computer if it's crashing, in a case of game server not starting, not working, not pushing the game server to the public. No matter what the case may be, this step will help you, or these 3 steps will help you make sure that you are allowing anything and everything to happen for your device for that particular software. No matter what software it is, these steps will always apply to anything and everything involving Windows. I believe, even though haven't used Linux much, I do believe that it also can apply to Linux, Mac, as well as Chromebooks. Even though I don't use those very much, and I do dabble in them, uh, I do believe that these steps can and will be successful and used in those operating systems too. With that being said, this is Curtis Herbold at Hamster's PC Repair. Does not support the use of cheating whatsoever, and anybody that does, in my opinion, needs to be locked in jail, unless you're doing it for personal use away from MMOs, or at least away from other people. Because I'm not gonna lie, I do it, but I do it by myself alone and not around other people, not even my friends. But I still don't support it because cheating is bad. You'll get nowhere in life if you cheat, just the way it is. With that being said, Hamster's PC Repair. Hope you enjoyed. I'm out.